Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today, let's plant a rose bush. This is my first, actual rose bush. I usually plant the mini roses and they do beautifully, but this is my first actual rose bush. So this is, well, in a long time. It's a Floribunda rose, a grandiflora rose. So, yeah, let's just get to it. This one is called Love, and it's the same one that I've been looking at for years and years and years. It's got the beautiful, really red petals with the white back side of the petal. So I've been looking at this one for many, many years since I was, in my teens, and I just never planted it. So very excited to see how this one does. Supposedly it is a more disease resistant. Whether it is or not, who knows? We will find out soon enough over the years. Supposedly this is supposed to have 1 flower per stem, or like up to 4 flowers per stem. Hopefully they're not all jumbled together. I really like that these flowers look like they're singles, but it's not a hybrid tea, so it's not going to have one single huge flower. I think these flowers are supposed to be maybe 4 inches across. But yeah, let's just get to it. Let's plant this. So first thing what we need to think about is where we're going to put it in the garden. So it needs good drainage, for one, and it needs lots of compost, and it needs some mulch. I don't have any mulch at the moment, but I will be mulching the garden. It needs full sun to part shade, but you want to have at least 6 or 7 hours of full sun per day. I would recommend probably an afternoon sun. And also something to think about when we'll do other videos on these, but after they finish blooming, you want to trim back the stems so that they're back to the normal number of leaves. So I believe normal is 5 leaves per grouping. After they flower, they get to be like 3 leaves or whatever. So anyway, we'll deal with that in other videos. Very excited to start growing some roses. So let's get to it. I found a spot that might work. My yard, because it's clay and it's sloped so much, down at the back is very, very wet. And because of the clay, it doesn't drain very well. And it's going to go at the back, but not all the way to the back. So hopefully it stays a little bit more dry. So anyway, let's get to it. We'll show you the spot. So this is going to be the spot right here. This is the edge of the garden. But we want to put it right around here between these 2 elephant ears. So hopefully that will be okay for drainage. There's a good foot of grade. It goes down about a foot from the back of the garden. So hopefully that's good enough. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's start digging a hole. So this is kind of where I want the rose to go. It's going to go between the 2 elephant ears. These elephant ears are going to be moved, so not this year. They're going to stay where they are. But they're going to come in for the winter, so it's going to be empty space, so I'll rejig how the tropicals are going to go next year. I have a perennial that's here. This is a butterfly weed. I'm going to move that out of the way a little later, but let's dig the hole right so it's in this spot. So this soil already has a lot of compost and manure and stuff in it, so I don't need to amend with anything else, and it's a very light mix. If your soil is clay, you'll want to make sure to dig the hole about twice as wide as it is tall, or twice as wide as you need it to be. Since the pot is about 10 or 12 inches across, you want to dig it a good 18 to 24 inches wide, just to make sure that you amend the soil far enough away. Alright, so I believe that we're good here. This soil is very, very loose, so I don't need to worry about digging it too far ahead, like I said, or too far away. So I'm just going to go grab some blood meal, or bone meal, and add to the soil. I forgot about that, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my my little baggie of blood meal here. I'm just going to add a few scoops of it in here. This is a nice organic root booster. I'm just going to add that to the hole, and I'm just going to mix it in with my shovel. All right. So when it comes to roses, you want to not disturb the root system very much. So this particular rose is a very thorny rose, so that's not fun at all. Okay, so because this root system isn't really running around the sides of the pot, I'm not going to do anything to it. If it was really pot bound, I might take an X-Acto knife and score the roots, but I wouldn't actually ruin the root ball. So as you can see, it's all just lightly done. Not a lot of roots. So I'm just going to place it in the hole and fill it in. And then what you want to do is you want to kind of create a little bit of a moat around your rose bush so that water is held in place. So when I water it, it's going to hang out around the plant base instead of running away. This will be important for the next few months to maintain. You want to make sure that these guys stay watered. In my area right now it's really wet, so I won't need to water these in. The soil is very moist, and yeah, if your spring is dry, or when you're planting it, it's dry, you want to water it every few days, depending on your soil type. If it's sandy, you want to water it a little bit more often. If it's clay, you might be able to get away with watering once a week until it is established. Usually that's a season, so next year you shouldn't have to water. Roses are usually very drought tolerant. You'll have to watch out for bugs and mildews and funguses. Aphids are a big thing. Leafcutter bees or leafcutter ants. I think it's bees. But anyway, we'll deal with that when they come. But anyway, I just wanted to plant this rose with you. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope this all makes sense. And yeah, until next time, you guys, happy growing. Show me some of your rose bushes. Some of them are really beautiful. I'm just new to the hobby. Well, not the hobby, but the rose hobby. So I'd love to have your tips and tricks. So until next time, happy growing.